In this episode, we're going to show you how you can implement your social media strategy and AI and a lot more with the right tools. We're going to show you how to do that. You're going to want to stay right through to the end of this video because we got some real good things for you. I say we because I'm Terry Brock and I'm joined by Gina Carr, who we are here with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs to help you get the work you need. And a good way to do that is with social media and AI. Gina, we see a lot going on in that field right now. What do you see happening now in 2024 with social media and how it's being impacted by AI?
Well, I think your phrase of a lot is key there because of AI, people are generating more content. So the sea of content has gotten bigger, 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 and it is harder to stand out. And so we're going to talk today about how you can stand out in this huge sea of content and get your message out about who you serve, the problem you solve, so that you can have more impact and make more money. Is that what you want to do? If that's what you want to do, this is the video for you.
Yes, indeed. And we're going to start by looking at an article that I saw recently that I want to share with you today. This is on Search Engine Journal, really good publication. And this was written and contributed by the good folks over there at semrush, S-E-M Rush. And they talked about with 20 plus experts share insights on their 2024 strategies for social media with AI user-generated content. Hey, that's important. Write that down. This pays for the video for you right here. User-generated content is extraordinarily important. And they gave several items here. I'm going to zip down here to their insight number one. And insight number one here, let me blow that up a little bit so you can see it real well on the screen. And those of you that are listening to this, you might want to check out the video side, but you'll be able to catch this also wherever you're getting it. It says you want to leverage more user-generated content. Call that UCG than high production content. Think of high production content as social media stock photography syndrome. When something looks too polished, it must be fabricated. Generation Z thinks about that way. So you want to stay away from that. But the mentality sometimes leads to reduced trust in the brand. And your goal is to increase that trust so that what happens is they see you and they say, hey, I want to hear what you've got to say. Gina, what are your thoughts on that based on the work you've been doing with clients here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs and elsewhere?
Well, interestingly, the more that they produce content that is from their real life, from their normal experiences, everyday experiences, those are getting more views. And a lot of times our clients are translating those into YouTube Shorts, which are getting a lot of views. And so we're seeing that as a real successful strategy. And those are often very casual, not edited, not polished, except that on YouTube Shorts in particular, it's a good idea to make sure your captions are showing through there because more people will watch it with that. But this idea that you need to have these videos highly edited and add a lot of B-roll and all those kind of things, I think is becoming less and less important, not just with Gen
Yep.
Z, but with everybody who's watching videos. I know it's true for me.
Yeah, I know there's a place for it, and we do that also. Matter of fact, even right now, nitty gritty, as we're doing this, those of you that are catching this on video, you see we're cutting back and forth. I'm using eCam for this, and there's a place for that. But also there's a place for saying, wait a minute, we're just going to have us. Well, what we've done, kind of combine them. And here's something I would say to content creators. Get a tool that is comfortable for you. For me, it's eCam. I like that, and I also use CMac, Camtasia for Mac. And using that, I know how to use them. I've been doing it a long time, so we can do this quickly and put some value in there for you with B-roll sometimes and with the extra features that are going to be in there. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's really got a lot of good content and make sure that it's like user to user showing people what's going on. Matter of fact, what I want to do here is I want to show you a quote that was here in that article also as I make this a little bit larger here, a quote from Lucas O'Keefe with a content creator and social media strategist. That's what he is. He says, brands will see the value in shaping UGC, that user-generated content, as cost-effective way to get content that also seems more authentic. There is a word you want to remember. Underline that one and red flag it. Authentic and high production quality content. Customers trust fellow customers more than the brand itself. Likewise, content creators will find a great opportunity to create and to share UGC for brands. And what this means, here's the thing, I love the way they wrote this article. So you can see what it means is that SEMrush social media trends report they've got, which I would recommend go ahead and get. This is part of what there is in that trends report, an ebook that I found really good. I read through the whole thing. They said that they engage more with user-generated content than polished professional content. That is important. And here's the real key. Write this one down. The authenticity and trustworthiness of UGC resonates more with them. Simply put, social media users will listen to the voice of everyday individuals rather than wanting brands to describe their offerings. Consumers will prefer hearing about it from peers and fellow customers. Well, this is something that we've known for a long time. When you can get someone else talking about it, then you've got a real person who's just like me talking about it. I think there's some real good features in that. Gina, you've used some of that in some testimonials that you've received from some of our clients and people we've worked with. How have you seen that been received in the audience and with our market?
Well, one of the services that we offer is helping people get more good reviews on Google, Facebook, and other services. That's really key. And so to this point of people believe the users, people believe the people that are like them more than they believe the brand. So for small, medium, or large companies, the more that you can get your users to create content for you, user-generated content is going to be a great way to get more engagement. And so one of the things you can do is you can have a testimonial contest. You can, this is something that's been done very successfully in the online course world that I've seen. And then certainly there's ways to get your clients, your users, the people who are using your content, using your products and services to create some sort of a contest such that they use a certain hashtag and they show themselves using your product or talking about your product, posting about your product. So that is also user generated content. And that's something we really want to focus on today more than ever.
And there was a second item that they talked about that you are going to want to know about even more. It said insight number 2, the winning social media formula is UGC, that's user generated content, content quality plus AI equals successful content creator. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure of that. And you look at what they said here. I thought it was really insightful. Just take a look at this here. Brands and content creators who don't embrace change will fall behind. According to the report's full expert tips, and you can get all of those in that handout that they have for this, marketing in 2024 will be dominated by superpowered social media managers who not only embody human connection, authenticity, and a pulse on high quality, but are also equipped with the quick thinking power of AI. What you want to do is you want to have the tools that are going to help you in this, that can give you the ability to connect with people, but you want to have content quality. You can have a most sincere, memorable video that you create, and it's you coming from the heart. But if you're not dealing with the issues that your target market wants, they're going to leave. They can click away from that. Hey, you're competing with the entire internet when they're watching your video. So you want to make sure that you give them something that solves a problem, solves a pressing problem, or entertains them, or gives them real value in some way. If you do that, then you're going to be able to say, all right, people like that, and where they're going to get real value from it. Gina, what are your thoughts on that about using the user-generated content, the UGC, plus the quality of the content that really has some good information in there, plus using AI?
Well, one of the main ways that I see using AI to help with that is in the brainstorming phase. So
Yes.
as you mentioned, the urgency or the entertainment value. So with your content, as you're creating a video or you're creating posts or images or text or whatever, you can use AI to brainstorm. Hey, how could I make this content funnier? So you could put a draft of what you're planning to talk about, or an outline, or even a transcript of something you've written, and maybe you're going to turn it into a video form. How can you make it funnier? How can you go back to the written content and make it funnier? So that's one idea, because if you're out there in the educational world, as so many of our viewers are, there's a lot of education out there and people don't want to be bored. I say, don't live on never boring lane. You want to be entertaining as well as to be educational. And a little something that I just did right there, added a little bit of entertainment to what we're doing, and that's smiling and kind of laughing a little bit that I got a little tongue tied there. So that's a little more interesting than just talk, talk, wonka, 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 the teacher in front of the Charlie Brown class, right? You want to add a little humor, a little fun, a little levity to what you're doing. And so that's where using AI to do your brainstorming can really help to think of those ways to reach your customers about their pain point, about the problem that you solve and the people that you serve.
Yeah, I think, Gina, what it is, it's the combination where you want to make sure that you have the content that people want, something that is of value. You've got the credentials, you're bringing in the content, and you're also doing it in a casual, authentic, important word, authentic way. You're not trying to be some robot up there talking. We got enough robots with the AI. You want to make sure that it's you and you're doing that, and then use AI to get the ideas. I know as a writer, as a journalist who's written for many years, I mean, many years doing that, I have found that sometimes you get that writer's block. Well, what you can do with AI is you can put down your basic ideas of what you want, let it come back then with lots of good information. We're using Content Cloud. That's a tool that we have with some of our clients that gives us the ability to find all kinds of information from many different sources. And I like that. That's what this article is talking about. And it goes on and says a lot of different applications that we can use on this and how it works and what it means and how it's going to be there. Like what it means, well, organizations will employ full-time professionals who specialize in creating internal business-to-business, B2B content and or have excellent storytelling skills. That's really important there. Community engagement and human connections is what will reign. That is the key. You want to make sure that you've got those community connections and you've got people that are in a community working with you and helping you out in many different ways. And point number three, their insight number three, very important, AI delegation. Pick the right social media tasks to give to generative AI. Knowing how to safely give tasks to AI is the key to reducing your social media manager's time spent and freeing up their day to execute these expert social media insights. With AI, content creation will be accomplished with impressive speed and efficiency. Its benefits are genuinely inspiring. Matter of fact, that's something that we see often. And Gina, I want to get your thoughts on this, that we see AI giving us the ability to create this much faster. Why is that speed so important in our highly competitive world?
Well, it's just going to allow the brands, allow the companies to get their content out and to increasingly have more text-based, intellectual-based content that can be spun into video, into audio, into images. And so in the past, it took a lot of time, money, and effort to hire writers to do these articles. And so now you can at least have the base of the article that you can add your own stories to or add your own client examples to that can fuel the content creation that you're doing. So this can be really helpful, as well as using tools like the bulk create function inside Canva. Your team can use that in order to really create a lot of content quickly. It takes text from the chats and puts it into an AI tool inside Canva as an example. And many other tools have these examples as well, or have this type of functionality. And then you're able to quickly create all these different images and different posts that you can use for your marketing.
Yeah, exactly. And then you want to use those tools, some that we're using right now. If you've been watching the video here and listening to us on the podcast, we talk about Cast Magic. Cast Magic is just something I can't say enough good about. It's so phenomenal, giving us the ability to take the audio interview or the YouTube channel, read the audio of that, and then create Instagram Reels, LinkedIn posts, tweets that we could put out on X now. They don't call them tweets anymore. Use that and give you stories. It'll give you all of this information just from a few words that you said in audio. And it's your words. You're not stealing from anyone. It's you. So those are some tools that I recommend that are going to be really strong. And they can help you in many different ways. And here's one more point that we want to share with you that I think you're going to enjoy when you see what it is and how it really relates to the most important part of social media, how YouTube and others are really tracking how you're doing. Insight number 5, shift your social media KPI, those key What, Gina? What is that?
Key performance indicators.
Key performance indicators. I'm going to leave that in just because, hey, there it is. I'm just your mind never go, but yeah, it does. That's what it does. Those key performance indicators focus toward, here's the key word. I want you to circle this one and red flag it: engagement, plus shares to monitor authenticity. This is brilliant. Listen to what they say here. It said engagement is currently a global trend in social media content. True social media engagement, such as comments and conversations on shares, can't be bought. That's huge. This is a great marker for social media success. For all you multi hat wearing marketers, think of it as link building authority. The more shares and engagement on those shares you have, the better the content must be according to updated algorithm logic. So in other words, you want people clicking and sharing this. You want them engaging with you on it. That is most important, and that's the major takeaway I want you to remember in today's world, that you are going to get more people, more juice from the algorithms, and more business from getting that engagement. Gina, what are your thoughts on that and getting engagement, and maybe even some ideas that you have on how to do that?
Well, certainly it's important to have people commenting and sharing. And one of the best ways to do that is to have what I call a keen insight. And so for example, we're sharing an article and we're sharing where we agree with it, where we disagree with it, where we find it confusing. When you're sharing a controversial point of view, something that goes against the grain in an area where you are objectively an expert, where you have a lot of knowledge, that's the type of thing that people will often share, because they'll say, well, I agree with this or I don't agree with this. And in fact, give your viewers, your listeners, your readers a call to action and say, hey, do you agree with this? Ask them to comment below, ask them to share it with their community and get feedback as well. So when people will be reading it, but unless you specifically ask them to do that call to action, then they may not do it.
Yep, I think that's very important. Well, think about that and go back and the work that you are doing in your own work. Gina and I are doing a lot here, but what you're doing, look at how you can get that engagement more, how you could start using these tools. And this is something that we do regularly here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs to help you out on that. And if you would, yes, please share this one, because as you share it, that's going to let the algorithms know people are interested in this. They want to be more authentic. And as they see more people are interested in the authenticity, that's important. And our live and let live idea, the way that we underpin everything we're doing here with that, it's very important. And we've got a lot of good things with that. And so what we're going to do is we invite you to join us in some key ways here. Looking at this article, we'll put it for you there in the description so you can see it. And we also invite you to come over and to see us at starkravingentrepreneurs.com. Please like, share, and subscribe to this, because this lets you know that we're coming up with something else that's going to help you and give you some real work that you can get some benefit from having all of that and being able to use it. And we talk about the live and let live. That's what you want to look at. How can you do this to increase your freedom? And by doing these steps in being authentic, bringing people, you'll get a lot more done as well in some major, major ways for working with this. So I see that there's a lot of capabilities and a lot of things that we can do when we are able to talk with people and be able to get the kind of information that we need in a particularly important way. Gina, before we leave, any final words that you have as we look over this whole thing of using social media and enhancing it with AI and other tools now that we're in 2024?
Yes, well, we've shared some of our thoughts and we'd like to know, what do you think? What is the main strategy that you're going to be implementing, the main social media strategy that you're going to be implementing in 2024? Do you agree? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? What is your area of focus or your platform of focus? What will you be doing to get engagement? So we would like to hear from you. Put it in comments below. We're going to keep a look on it, keep a lookout on it, and we will be responding as we see your comments. And certainly share if it's appropriate and you feel compelled to do so. We are inspired to do so. We would love that as well. And we have a great tool for you guys if you want to know more about how to use AI to market your business, to grow your business, which is what we're all about here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. We have a tool for you at AI Tools for Biz, that's biz.com. So I think, Terry, you may have a graphic for that or a QR code or something. There we
Yes,
go. AI
in
tools
fact.
for biz.com with the number 4, and all kinds of tools that we talk about in there that will really help you and your teams to get more done and to get the message out into the world about this, about what you do to help people.
Yes, indeed. Well, we got a lot of good for you. And by the way, if you happen to be watching this on video, you can catch, I know you got your phone with you. There's a QR code for you. And you can go over to, as Gina said, AI tools, the number 4, biz.com, and that will help you as you get access to this. No charge for it. We want to help you out and be able to give you a lot of good information you can use. So think about this, take action on it right away. And in taking action, we want you to take a look at the video over here. Take a look at this one. We've carefully selected that. It ties in with AI that's going to help you come along well. On behalf of Gina Carr, I'm Terry Brock. Thank you for being with us today.